Coronation Street fans divided by Masterclass, episode that prompted others to switch off. Coronation Street's latest episode left viewers split right down the middle, with some calling it a masterclass in emotional storytelling, and others admitting they switched it off altogether. The Wednesday night installment placed Shona Platt and husband David at the heart of a devastating storyline, as they were forced to confront a heartbreaking truth about their unborn baby. It was a rare character-driven, two-hander style episode, told partly from Shona's perspective and then from David's, and one that took bold risks in both its format and emotional tone. Earlier in the week, the couple's joy had been interrupted during a routine pregnancy scan, when the sonographer noticed something unusual, a possible mass on the baby's neck. Wednesday's episode picked up as the pair prepared for an urgent follow-up appointment with a specialist. From the outset, tensions were clear. Shona grew frustrated with David, accusing him of being far too calm ahead of such a crucial meeting. But viewers later learned, through David's inner thoughts, that his cool exterior masked sheer panic. He wasn't indifferent, he was terrified of saying the wrong thing and making things worse. That double perspective, first Shona's, then David's, gave fans rare access to both characters' private fears, offering two versions of the same moments, each colored by love, confusion, and helplessness. Once inside the hospital, the couple finally received confirmation of their worst fears. "I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but the second scan did confirm that there is a small mass on the baby's neck. Now, in some cases, it can block the baby's airway, making it difficult to breathe or swallow. And if the esophagus is obstructed, that can lead to a buildup of amniotic fluid in the womb which can cause premature labor." The consultant continued, explaining their options and the risks involved. "There's no easy way to say this, but as the pregnancy's under 24 weeks, I need to let you know that you will be offered the option of an abortion. But if you do decide to go ahead with the pregnancy, then Mum will have to have regular ultrasounds, and she'll need to undergo what's called an exit procedure. It's a specialist type of surgery where they operate while the baby is still attached through the placenta. Now, it's a long and complicated procedure, and it's not without its risks, for Mum and for your daughter." The revelation left both parents reeling, but as David sat in stunned silence, Shona latched on to the one piece of good news the doctor had offered: that they were expecting a baby girl. Back home, the divide between them deepened. David couldn't bring himself to ignore the potential dangers, and quietly suggested they might have to consider terminating the pregnancy. Shona refused to listen. Instead, she put on a brave face when Nick, Sarah, and Audrey came over for dinner, announcing the baby's gender and raising a toast to the new addition, as though nothing was wrong. Once their guests had left, reality returned. The couple argued, and emotions heightened as David begged her to consider the risks. "Why are you pretending everything is fine when you know it's not?" he demanded. "Right now, you're just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best, and we haven't even finished discussing what we were gonna do." But Shona stood her ground. "I have. Do you think there is a world in which I wouldn't do everything I could to get her here safe and sound? Could you live with yourself if we terminated this pregnancy when there was a chance that she could grow up to be fit and healthy? I love you, but this is my body and my decision. I am going to have the exit procedure. David." The raw exchange left many viewers stunned, not just by the writing, but by both actors' performances. Emotional reactions, and divided opinions. Immediately after the episode aired, fans took to social media to share their thoughts, and reactions couldn't have been more mixed. Some praised Coronation Street for its emotional depth and inventive storytelling, with one viewer writing, "Sensitive subject handled well, to show us that inner turmoil. Enjoyed hearing Shona and David's inner dialogue. Didn't like the camera angles, but that aside, it was good. Let's hope nothing else goes wrong with the pregnancy. Shona and David deserve a child together after being together for so long." Another fan simply said, "David deserves an Oscar." Others, however, weren't convinced by the stylistic choices. The episode's use of internal monologues, point of view camera angles, and direct-to-camera narration divided the audience. Some calling it immersive, others calling it distracting. One viewer posted, "Why are we hearing someone's thoughts in Corrie? It just doesn't work and comes across proper naff. Who is writing this guff on Coronation Street?" Another added, "Corrie, what is happening to Coronation Street tonight? It is so boring. I've had to skip most of the stories so far. I just saw a few seconds of Coronation Street and it was filmed like an episode of Peep Show. POV camera and an internal monologue. What the hell is going on over there on the cobbles?" Still, others defended the approach, calling it brave and experimental. One fan argued, "It was a really clever way to show how disconnected they were but how much they both cared. You could feel every emotion." The powerful episode has also sparked fan theories that tragedy could be ahead for the Platts. Many fear the storyline might mirror David's trauma from years ago, when his first wife, Kylie, was killed in the street by Shona's son, Clayton. Viewers on Reddit speculated that this could be a dark full-circle moment for the couple, with one writing, "If anything happens to Shona, it'll destroy David all over again." Whether or not Coronation Street will take that route remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Julia Goulding and Jack P. Shepherd delivered a gut-wrenching performance that reminded fans why the Platts remain one of the show's most enduring families. For some, it was an emotional masterclass. For others, an episode that strayed too far from what makes Coronation Street feel like Corrie. Either way, it got people talking, and that, as ever, is what the Cobbles do best.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.